Okay, welcome. We're going to spend the next 15 to 20 minutes together, and I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why you need to know about a brand that did almost $3 billion in one country and just came to North America. Now, when there are companies that I evaluate, opportunities, e-commerce opportunities, there are 5 different things that I use to evaluate a company to see if it holds water, basically, if it's going to be any good. So I'm going to give you those 5 indicators that you should look for when you're evaluating something, and you can apply them yourself and see if it's something that stands up to the test. Now, the first thing that you want to look at is timing. I will tell you that timing is to e-commerce, timing is to direct sales, like location is to real estate. Timing is so critical when you're looking at something. Now, a couple things that I look at are numbers. I will tell you, because what we're going to talk about a K-beauty brand that did almost $3 billion, just came to North America. Well, one of the things around timing is that the search for Korean skincare is up over 350%. You guys, this is huge. I will tell you, if you think back, even just think about back during COVID, I know we probably don't want to think about it, but during that time, there were a lot of people who made money during COVID because they created a product or service that ended up making them a lot of money, where, um, you know, they it was a trending event that happened. Well, you can make a lot of money if you go to Google and actually just search for things that are trending, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to do the research on that. The search for Korean skincare is up 350%. And so you can get paid for sharing a code that people are already searching for online and on Google anyways. Now, there's a very high satisfaction rate. This is something else that I want to look at is retention. How many people are going to retain on the product? How many people are going to be satisfied on the product? And you can see that it's 70, 80%, which is huge. Now, even just on social media, it's trending. I will say that, even articles that are coming up, Korean beauty trends have impacted the US market. People will not treat their skincare the same way going forward. Okay, so you can see here that the US is one of the top skincare markets worldwide in demand for K-beauty. And this is the thing is you can make a lot of money sharing a code for products that people are already searching for. Okay, so let's go through this. So we have number one. Number one is timing. That's what you want to look at when you're evaluating a company. Number two is innovation. Now, why this is important is because you want to have exclusivity on a product. You want to be able to offer something that other people can't duplicate. And I will tell you, just across this product line, there are 12 different patents on the product line. No one can duplicate this technology. Now, just a little bit of backstory behind this. This was actually established in Korea in 2018, and they did almost $3 billion in revenue in one country. And you have to know, uh, Korea is about the same size as the state of Indiana. So it's pretty funny that they did that much revenue in such a small country. And they became the number one K-beauty brand in the hardest market in the entire world to do this in. They did it. And if you didn't know this, Korea is to skincare like Paris is to fashion, okay? Nobody does skincare better than Korea. So you know that you have to be pretty good to be able to go number one in the hardest market in the world to do that in. So of course, now that it has branched out into North America, they're in 8 different markets across the world now. You want to get first movers advantage on that, meaning first to marketplace before other people hear about it. Now, they were already number 22 on a direct selling list before they even came to North America. So let me tell you the story behind this. Now, the video you're watching, you can ask the person that shared this video with you to share with you this 3-minute video because I'm talking over the sound, so you can't hear it. But this is a 3-minute video there. They made it for North America. They hired the producers who make videos for Toyota and paid them almost $800,000 to make this one video for North America. And it really talks about the science and the research and the technology behind this product. So it's really actually very interesting. If you want to see what almost $1 million will get you in 3 minutes, you can watch this. And the story behind this is so the product formulator of this product, he is the #1 product formulator in Korea. So he owns a lab. It's called Ask Labs. Right now, he has 12 different scientists formulating in the lab right now, coming up with the next innovative trends that are 5, 10, 15 years down the line. And that is how they became the #1 searched for K-beauty brand, because they were actually studying something called tiger grass. So tigers would actually roll around in this because it would heal their wounds faster. And so he had been studying this for years, and he actually developed his own strain and technology of it. Well, he was putting it on the skin. It was rapidly healing the skin. And you can see here, we just saw this energy lava water. What this is, now this is really interesting. There's only 5 locations in the world that have energy lava water. And what it is, it's mineral rich seawater that's been filtered under volcanic rock for over 400,000 years. There's only 5 places in the world that have it. One of them is off the coast of Korea. And because he's a top product formulator, he is one of 6 scientists that has a government contract to be able to access this. He's the only one licensed in cosmeceuticals to be able to use this. So he uses this in his line where most companies use distilled water, which is dead water, in their products. He actually saw a wasted opportunity there, and he saw an opportunity to insert the energy lava water. So that actually goes in the product, so you get those extra healing properties. So there's 12 different patents just on the skincare alone. No one can duplicate this technology for the next 18 years. So we kind of talked about, the tiger grass, which is called giant byungpul in Korea. That's what it's patented as there. And then also the energy lava water we just talked about. Well, also, what makes it different, not only does it have those 12 different patents, but it uses nanoliposomal technology and a microfluidizer technology. So I promise not to get too sciencey on you, but I will say this. Because it uses those 2 processes, this is why it's able to penetrate to the deepest layer of skin, and it actually heals from the inside out. It heals from the cellular level. This is why you see results in just 5 days. 5 to 7 days, don't take my word for it. Take a picture in front of the window, in front of natural light. Let the camera be the judge on how it works for you. Now, they've also supercharged it with 2 additional ingredients where it also has exosomes and Element. What the heck are those? Element actually stimulates NAD in your body. What NAD is, this is like your fountain of youth. So as we get older, we go down in our NAD production, and this stimulates that NAD production so that it helps with plumper skin, more youthful skin. And then exosomes are like little tiny messengers that go and tell your cells to produce more collagen, to regenerate, to create more plumper, youthful, dewy looking skin. So I promise you in 5 days, you're going to see what we're talking about. Now, you can see here, there's actually 2 different skincare lines. One is the dermatology line, which is water-based. So this is really great for regular skin types. If you're sensitive or acne prone, I highly recommend starting here. The white bottle, that's the Radiantsum line. This is oil-based. So if you've already been using an oil-based line, or if you have extremely dry skin, then you can go this direction. My favorite part about these 2 lines is that they abide by the European Union standards. There are over 3,000 toxic ingredients that they ban from their products, so you can feel really good about what you're putting on your skin. Now, again, here's some before and after pictures. Now, this is actually my forehead. And I will say I am so grateful for these products. I have decided, not to get Botox, that's just my personal decision. So I'm so grateful that I have other alternatives that can help with my forehead lines. And then you can see this is actually my husband in the middle, where I honestly don't know if I'm more impressed with his pores or his sunspots. You can see how it works on rosacea. on acne, if you have kids, especially who are dealing with, broken out skin. I mean, it really affects your confidence. So the fact that they can use these products to clear up their skin without having to use harsh ingredients like Proactive and different things. Now, I love to see progression photos. So you can see here after about 5 months how it's working over time on a male and a female version. So honestly, it's it's kind of like you give it a year, it's going to give you 10 years back. So what's interesting is they also have a whole separate hero product line. Most companies have one hero product and they build out a product brand around it. This has a whole nother hero product line. It's called Lab, and they were actually studying something called desert algae. It's a type of algae that grows in very hot climates and deserts, and they were trying to figure out how it could survive. Well, in that study, they found an ingredient in it called loliolide, and they found that it was actually strengthening the hair follicle. So they have clinical trials that they've done in Korea on how this statistically grows hair. And again, you can see here, the proof is in the pictures. After just one use, you can see how it helps with that dry, flaky scalp. You can see how it's helping with fullness and hair growth coming in on hair. And the body cream, this is like skincare for your body. This has hyaluronic acid. It's actually going to help repair dry, crepey skin. Now, there is something called Deep Talk Plus. So if you are somebody that struggles with staying regular, or if you're just trying to work on your gut, this is definitely a product you want to get your hands on. What these are, now this is Eastern medicine. So these are little pellets that you take with water. They expand 40 times their size and gently scrape the sides of the intestinal wall to clean you out. Now, we actually absorb nutrition through our gut. And so it's really important to make sure you're cleaned out and regular, because our nutrition also affects the health of our skin. So that's why they have that. And then, of course, we know beauty is also the inside out. And these are collagen ampoules. Now, there's 28 different types of collagen in the body. This is a type 1, so it's the most beneficial for the hair and the skin. And you can see they've also added additional ingredients to this. It's an immune booster as well, because it has glutathione, vitamin C, biotin. And so it's going to help boost your immune system and give you that inner glow. Now, these have gone viral several times and have sold out 3 different times. These are collagen melting sheet masks. Now, if you notice, these are actually a dry mask. And the reason why I'm going to point that out is because most masks are wet. And the problem with that is when it's a wet mask, and they put preservatives and additional ingredients in there to prevent it from molding, to give it a longer shelf life. Now, this is dry, so you're getting 100% New Zealand collagen. After just one use, you're going to have a 28% reduction in wrinkles. So again, don't take my word for it. Just try it and see what you think. There's 6 that come in a mask. So if you have an event coming up, we highly recommend, getting a jump start, or maybe you just want to get a jump start in your skin. Use one every day for 6 days. And then after that, just use one every couple of weeks as maintenance, but you're going to see a difference in your skin. Now, here's something that I'm really excited about to get a competitive edge on our skin. This is Korean skincare infused makeup. Now, these are butter lip tints that have hyaluronic acid and collagen, so they're actually going to help heal and plump the lips as you wear it. And it's also going to give you that lasting staying powder. And then they also have a 4D cushion. Now, I am blown away by this product. I will tell you, this has the Korean skincare infused makeup. So it has the patented ingredient. So it's repairing your skin while you wear it. But let me point out, there's another brand called La Mer, if you're familiar with it. It's sold at Neiman Marcus. They also have a 4D cushion. It sells for $150. This does that, except it has the patented ingredients in it, so it's better. But it's basically like a filter for your face. This makeup looks like your makeup has been airbrushed or professionally done without the price point. In fact, it's $55 and it comes with a refill. So it's going to last you several months, and it's basically like getting 2 for 1. So it comes out to, $25 each. But You can see here, I had a celebrity makeup artist actually send me this picture of the pores, and she said, look at the pores after I applied the cushion powder. She goes, I cannot believe how this filters your face. And you can see from some of our before and after pictures here, just what it does for your look. It just gives you that much more glowy confidence in your skin. Of course, it all starts with a good canvas and the good skincare, but the makeup is kind of like the cherry on top. So, okay, we talked about timing. We talked about innovation. We talked a lot about innovation. We're going to talk about marketing really quickly. So, I will say I have never seen a company do the type of marketing that they're doing in the direct selling space. So, they are doing marketing that appeals to the masses. They are actually in talks with two different A-list celebrities to collab with in North America. And not just that, but you can see in Korea, they believe in celebrity endorsements. They believe in first class marketing. This is Won Bin is his name. He's kind of like the Brad Pitt of Asia. He's almost 50, if you can believe it. He looks like he's 30. But this is an example of one of their ads that they run in Korea. This looks like a YSL ad. It looks like a Versace commercial. And so they believe in first class marketing. And so they've actually partnered with the number one branding and marketing firm here in North America out of New York. And you can see some of the different brands that they represent, as well as now Riman. So this is really the calm before the storm. I will say you were hearing about this very early on because there is a lot of brand awareness that's going to come over the next year. And I knew for me personally, I wanted my people to hear about this from me versus somebody else, which is why I wanted to partner with the brand early. Okay, we did timing, innovation, marketing, and now we're going to talk about rewards because obviously you want to be able to make some extra money. And one of the things that I consider part of our reward is some of the travel that we do. We actually just got back in Vegas. We had an event there. You can see we love to travel. We love to have fun. We actually had an event in a penthouse suite in Vegas where we had a DJ, we had swag, we had, headshots being taken and food and just had a lot of fun. And so we're going back to Vegas in September. And then we also just got back from Cabo. We had an event there. We were there for a week and just honestly had a great time. So now let's talk about monetary rewards, not just travel rewards. Now you can see here something that makes this so different that really piqued my interest was the fact that you could lock in a percentage for life and never lose it. Most companies are a tiered percentage where you have to climb your way back up the ladder every single month to requalify. And with this, once you hit 20% or 30%, you can lock that in for life and never lose it. It doesn't matter if you haven't done anything for a year and you come back and you make a customer sale, you're going to make 30% off that. And what's also interesting is they do not require subscriptions or auto shipments. And I thought that was unusual when I first heard that, and I wanted to know why. And they said, because we don't have to. Anyone that uses this product once is never going to stop using it. So we don't have to require our affiliates to purchase it. There's also rollover volume where your volume is going to roll over to the following month to help you towards rank advancement and locking in higher percentages. There's 6 different ways that the comp plan pays out. I will say this is the most competitive comp plan that I have ever seen personally. Most rewards plans pay out between, 45, 50%. This pays out in excess of 60%. Okay, so we're on to the last indicator, which is ownership, which I believe is the most important. Now, one thing that I want to say, you can see here, this is the owner of the company. He's the number one product formulator who owns Ask Labs that we talked about. His name is Chairman On. And what's very interesting about him is he is passionate about 2 things. 1, product formulation, and 2, marketing. And he is a billionaire that drives a Hyundai. You guys, he is not doing this for the money. And I can tell you right now, I can prove that to you because this right here, this is the dermatology cream. They sold 40 million jars of this in Korea alone. This costs $60. I was talking to a master esthetician a couple weeks ago, and she said, for what this does, I would expect to see this priced at between $300 and $400. and sitting in a high-end department store or on a med spa shelf. She goes, I cannot believe this is only $60 for what it does. And that is because that is in line with his mission. He believes in having luxury skincare that's available to the everyday woman. He is not doing this for the money. He is doing this for the product. And to prove it to you even further, so his first year in business, typically what an owner does is they'll take the first year's profits and go buy a jet or a beach house or a yacht. He actually took the profits and actually built something called Riman Village. This is a 5-star resort on Jeju Island. Jeju Island is off the coast of Korea. It's kind of like the equivalent of our Hawaii. And he built it for the affiliates. And so we actually went here and visited, stayed here, and it's so fascinating. These villas are smart villas. Like you put your clothes in the closet, you press a button, and the closet steams your clothes, and there's no wrinkles. You know, you press a button and the fridge opens. Just really cool, smart features about the villas. And they said that we were going to go see the smart farm. And so in my head, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to go see this greenhouse, and then we're going to go to lunch. And we pull up to an entire campus, an entire several blocks of labs and manufacturing facilities, and the Jeju Energy lava water, where they drill down into the earth to get that water and filter it out, to 3 different smart farms. The newest one is 150,000 square feet. And when I saw the massive scale of this, and I learned about how this is completely vertically integrated, and what that means is that they own every step of the process. They own the patents, the land, the labs, the manufacturing facilities. They even own the bottling facility that makes the bottles that this product is in. They have cut out the middleman every single step of the way. And I'm telling you, when I saw this and learned about it, I used to say that something like this comes along once every 15 years. But when I saw this, I knew that something like this does not happen in direct sales. And I wanted to know why they actually were in direct sales, because this is bigger than this industry. Well, what I found out is in Korea, they view network marketing very differently than we do. It's very respected, and they view it as a profession. So Chairman On had, fallen in love with direct sales in his 20s, and he knew that he wanted to partner with this industry. And he has mapped out a 100-year vision on how he wants to become the #1 K-beauty brand in the world. And he wants to do it with us. And I'm telling you, he is not competing with brands like other direct selling brands, or brands like Rodan and Fields or Arbonne or Nu Skin. His competitors are brands like Chanel and Dior and La Mer. Those are the brands that he's competing with. So he is very committed. North America was the first market that he wanted to go into after they had pretty much dominated Korea. They actually bought an office building in North America and California for $20 million, spent another $3 million renovating it. And he wanted to show his commitment to this market. So it's pretty exciting when you really think about what we're partnered with, and especially how it's trending, to be able to share a code. It's only $20 to become an affiliate, and then you just pick the products that fit your budget. You can get a rebate back on whatever products you get. And so you can just get back to the person that invited you here and ask them about it. But I want to thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me and learning more about this brand that did $3 billion and just came to North America. Make sure you get back to the person that invited you. Ask them to send you that 3-minute video. And there's also a 1-minute video that talks about some of the business accomplishments that they've accomplished in such a short period of time. So thanks, everyone, and have a great night.